Greasing the wheel bearing on the front of a 2013 Polaris RZR 570. My brother-in-law bought this tool to grease his 1000. It's a 44 millimeter outside diameter, which fits the front wheel bearings of a Polaris 570 and the 800. The rear ones on the 570 and the 800 are 40 millimeter, which is a different tool, which I'm going to have to pick up. He bought this off eBay. He hasn't used it yet, so I'm going to test it out. Most of the videos I've seen, they're always doing the rear wheel bearings, so I thought the front wheel bearings would be a good idea. I'm going to go through the steps of what you got to remove to get to the wheel bearing, and you just leave the hub right on the vehicle, and this tool slides over the axle. So the first thing we have to do is remove the wheel. After you remove the tire, you're going to take off the cotter key that's on that castle nut, and you're going to remove the castle nut. You're going to take off the brake caliper, and then remove the cotter key holding the castle nut from falling off. Remove the castle nut. Dang it, I just broke my light bulb. After you remove the bolts from the brake caliper, you just slide it up on top of the steering arm or over the A-arm, either way. Next, you just pull the rotor off. There's two washers behind the castle nut, and they're concave, so make sure when you put them back on, you put the cupped side towards the wheel bearing. Now you grab your greasing tool. This one here has one hole in it. It's got two O-rings and a groove that puts it to the center of the bearing. Some of them come with 3 holes in them. I don't know if that's better or not. Anyway, just take it, you put it over the axle, and you slide it in, and you shove it in until the shoulder seats up against the bearing. Hook your grease gun onto the grease zert. Make sure you hold it on there tight, and then pump until you see the rubber seal, or plastic seal usually, on the outside of the bearing just pop up just a little bit, or a little bit of water or grease coming out. I made a mess of things like I usually do when I grease, but you can see just a little bit of grease starting to come out between the seal on the right hand side of the bearing there, not the mess that I have all the way around the zert fitting. I don't know if all the tools that you can buy are like this one, but this seat's in there hard and it's difficult to get off, especially when it has grease on it. So I had to take a pair of channel locks and a shop rag and put over it, and so I could grab a hold of it and pull it out. You can see that it's starting to come out. Got it. Slip the rotor back on. Put the caliper back on. Make sure you tighten it up. Like I said before, make sure that the inside of the cup goes towards the bearing. Put your castle nut back on, tighten it up, put your cotter key back in. I like to make sure that the hub rotates easily. I appreciate everybody who watched. I hope this helps you out. Thanks.